Thank you. Love you too. Love you. Thank you for being here tonight. I'm very conscious that all of you who are here tonight made a great effort to be here. And I wanted, as General Secretary of this party, to thank you. I'm also aware that apart from those who are here, there are 10 times more people who are viewing us live on social media. And I want to use this opportunity, since this is the last rally as we wind down our campaign, to thank all of you and all the supporters of the People's Progressive Party who have come out to our meetings in the past couple of months. I want to thank all the activists who've been working, taking our messages to the people of Guyana. I want to thank everyone who has helped to carry the strength of this party. So I'm conscious also that all of you here are convinced that the PPP will win a landslide on September 1st. And that you will go out and vote to ensure that that landslide is secure. But online, there are thousands of others who support us. And there may be some who have never supported us in the past, who are listening here tonight. And they want to know what we're about as a political party. They want some questions answered. They've heard lots of things about us. And tonight, I intend to make a very short speech, because for the past 5 years, we've been speaking about what we are doing, and we've been implementing the promises we made to the people in 2020. And so the first thing I want to say to everyone here and at home, I stood here in 2020. At that time, I was General Secretary of the party, but also leader of the opposition. And we were campaigning against APNU. They were in power. APNU had at that time the entire security forces aligned in their favor. They had spent $419 billion without parliamentary approval. They were going around the country lying to Amerindians and Afro-Guyanese, telling them if the PPP wins the election in 2020, they will suffer. And I stood right here as General Secretary and leader of the opposition. And I said to you at that time that I'm confident that we will win in 2020. Well, tonight I stand here again as General Secretary and Vice President, and I'm even more confident than in 2020 that we win the elections. And that confidence is justified, because look how much we have grown from 2020 to now. People who campaign against us are here in large numbers, walking the streets of Guyana, carrying our message. In local government elections, We had sweeping victories across many areas previously supported by APNU. Our party has grown. We still remain the largest Amerindian party, the largest Indo-Guyanese party. And I'm looking forward after these elections to call this party the largest Afro-Guyanese party in the country too. You have seen it. So all of those who are spreading fake news and fake polls and saying we will not win the elections outright, well, I'm telling you here tonight, I'm vastly more confident that we'd have a sweeping majority come the 1st of September. We have waged a campaign. Tonight, I can tell you 100 compelling reasons why you should vote for the People's Progressive Party. For those who are listening, you have heard some of them, from education to healthcare to housing to jobs to create more money in people's pockets, to greater dignity, help to our women and our children and our farmers and our miners and our fishermen. I can tell you 100 reasons, but I'm not going to speak about 100 reasons. I'm going to tell you 3 main reasons why you have to vote People's Progressive Party Civic on the 1st of September. The first reason is that this is the only party that is seeking to bridge the racial barrier in Guyana. A party that is working day and night to unify our people. A party that treats people like family once they come to us. A party that wants to look like Guyana, and we've worked hard at this. Every other political party is trying to divide our people. And we recognize that Guyana would realize its dreams. Guyana will achieve sustained prosperity only if it goes forward as a united country. And that is why the PPP is the only party that is standing strong to bring people together. The others are still spreading fear. They're talking about racism. And even up to tonight, they're trying to tell Afro-Guyanese that you cannot trust the PPP. Well, you look at our 5 years of track record, and Afro-Guyanese have made the greatest progress ever in our history compared to APNU. You tell that to the people in Linden who didn't see a job or a house lot. All they heard were lectures from you. Ask them if they will trust their children's future. Which party would they want to entrust their children's future to? And they will answer with a single voice: People's Progressive Party 7. So they're busy tonight fear-mongering again among Afro-Guyanese. That's the first compelling reason. We are a unified, strong party that works for all Guyana. The second compelling reason is that we keep our commitments. Rarely in this world do you find politicians and political parties who will put down a list of ideas and promises and then work hard to deliver on them. And every one of you would have read the flyers now that we have circulated, and you would see the list of promises we made in 2020. And today, we have kept every one of them Mark Phillips spoke about those. We have in housing and in water and with our children and our pensioners, we kept our promises. And that's a second compelling reason. So you know tonight, when Irfan Ali says your child is going to get $200,000 per year, that will be delivered. When you hear 40,000 homes will be built in the next term, that will be delivered. When you hear that your child, every family, poor family, can get a grant to build or a grant to improve their home, you know that will be delivered. When you hear that you will get a zero interest rate loan to start a small business, you know that will be delivered too. When you hear about world-class healthcare and world-class education and your community is changing, you can trust us to deliver it because we are a trustworthy party. That's the second compelling reason why people should vote PPP. And the third area is leadership. In any country, you need strong leadership to take our country forward. You've heard the comparisons before. You have one leader of when he has not even named his prime ministerial candidate as of tonight. The guy can't even read as well as your 10-year-old would. They hide him around the country. They do interviews among themselves. They hide from the media. He has not had a single press conference. He can't represent us locally, much less abroad. How will he keep us safe from Venezuela, which has its eyes on our country? Up to a couple of days ago, we asked the question, what were you doing, members of your family, in the Venezuelan embassy? They're hiding from that up to tonight. No answer from them. And they're clever at switching. They run a social media campaign because on social media, a Dumbo could look smart like him. And so that's no choice for anyone. And then Norton spends, as someone said, most of his life in Bamba, Mali. Norton is incapable of managing anything. He, Jureta Finance, and others. So, you're risking your entire future. And this is for people at home and those who are not undecided up to now. Can you imagine the day after, say on the 2nd of September, and you have a government headed by one of these individuals? It will not happen, but assume it happened, because that's what they're campaigning for. You're not just putting the promises at risk, you're putting what we have already achieved at risk. Your children's money could go back to zero, like it did on the APNU, the 55,000, instead of going to 200,000. And Venezuela, Maduro, could have a very compliant gentleman here in the government. Don't take any risk. Leadership matters. And on this stage, we have had accumulated leadership. We have worked through the tough times in our country, the most difficult times, and we stood strong. We withstood in 5 years all the assault of APNU, and we stood strong. We have crafted and laid out a more detailed plan than any other political party for the future, for every Guyanese to see progress. No other political party has that planning capability. We have done it, and we have the people to implement the plan. We demonstrated that in the last 5 years. These are the things you're voting for on the 1st of September. So don't take any risk. Do not take any risk on the 1st of September. We have to make sure that the young people, young men and women, if they read the youth development plan, they know that their lives will change for the better under the PPP, because we have pushed them to study. We have not put a cap, no target on scholarships any longer, because any Guyanese who wants to study, the state will pay for them. That's what we're saying. We want you educated. We want you owning things. We want you starting small business. We want the women and single parents to get help. This tonight is what we're about. And trust me, if I say I'm confident, I'm a man who generally don't say things easily. But if I say I'm confident, then I am confident. I'm very, very confident going into these elections. Not because of arrogance, because of what I've seen on the ground across Guyana. Across Guyana. I've seen it in every community. They talk about Amerindians and they're going to take votes from the PPP in the Amerindian communities. Well, watch out for the results. We beat them in all of those communities too. And look out for Linden and look out for East Coast. You will see what the results would be in Region 4 and Linden too. So tonight, the reason people don't go to the campaigns, don't show up, because they know what I'm saying here instinctively. Even the people who don't support us, they know that they don't want to risk their future. So they may not support the PPP, some people, but they're worried because if they vote for these guys, their own future will be affected negatively. They know that in their hearts and their minds. They know that. They may not like the PPP, some of them, but they know that. And so tonight, I'm talking to those people too. Those who are hardcore APNU and who have had some problem that they think the NDC chairman would have affected them and they don't want to show up. So they know what is at stake. And we are not going to take a single risk. So remember importantly what the logistics are. You've heard how you have to vote. A lot of people called me and said, I lost my ID card. I can't go and vote. Well, the answer is you can vote with your ID card, your passport, or even without. You have to go and take an oath in the office, and then they will allow you to vote. Make sure you mobilize people. Be vigilant. Be vigilant, because they always, APNU, always tries to deter people from voting. Watch out for the fake news from tonight all the way to Monday afternoon. Watch out for it. The social media activists are going to work overtime. They will tell you, oh, the PPP just killed 10 persons there. That they are criticizing Afro-Guyanese. That they hate all sorts of people. Watch out for the rumors between now and election night on the Norman Browns and the Rickford Barks and the Melly Mells and everyone else. Watch out. They're going to come with a lot of lies, and that is intended to keep people away from the party and at home. Watch out early in the morning, Monday morning, what lies they will tell. Don't fall for that. Don't fall for them bullying people. or threatening that there be violence, because the security forces will deal with them if they attempt to disrupt the polls. Watch out. If the people in 2020 did not stand up strong, if they were weak-hearted, then today we would not have been here and this country would have been a disaster. Don't allow weak-heartedness or fear or any rumor to deter you from voting. You're voting for your own lives, your family, your children, our future as a country. You're voting for unity of our people. Recognize the power that you have in your hands, that the PPP gave you, because we fought for freedom. And the young people, I'm counting on you too. Do not be distracted by the lies that you have heard or the excuses from the other side. So tonight, I ask every one of you, the thousands upon thousands who are here, I see it has spilled onto the road, and I wish there were more lights here tonight so people could see this massive crowd. Because I want every one of you here to promise me that you will play a part on Monday to bring out everyone to vote. Everyone. When we celebrate the victory, I want to come here and say, this is the biggest victory ever in the history of Guyana for the PPP. Thank you very much.
C'est